Hey people, what is up? I'm making a video today on all of my dinos, a sort of meet the team sort of thing. Now, I'm in a private right now, going over all of them. It's easier to do it there than in a public. Publics can sometimes be a little crazy. So here we go. Oh, made it. Now, the first dinosaur I ever got, of course, would be the Nubosaurus. Now, cotton candy colour, or the bubblegum colour, as a lot of people call it, does seem to be one of the more favoritised colours for the Nubosaurus. Personally, I believe that this dinosaur is underused. If people really get it at the start, but once they get something better, they're kind of done with it. Doesn't really get much use after that. You mainly see new players riding on low-level ones of these, a lot of the time begging for people to give them a good trade. But in all honesty, the dinosaur itself is very good. Its movement's great at higher levels, especially mine's level 30, not the highest level that you can get, but it is pretty high compared to a lot of people. I mainly just focused on leveling this guy up before I got any other dino. Secondly, probably the fastest dinosaur in the hunter category would be the Raptor. Now, most people will know this dinosaur for being the pack bundle one. Now, this one in particular is level, I believe, 25. Now, personally, this dinosaur is probably one of my favourites out of the hunter category, mainly because of its speed. Its damage is also pretty high compared to some of the other ones. But the main aspect that brought me to this thing is its maneuverability. It's fast and easy to move with. Then we have our next dino, which will be the Tognash. This thing was my first tank. Personally, I think the tanks are great for their maneuverability as well. I don't personally have a favourite tank yet, although really, probably my favourite dinosaur that looks like a tank, but technically isn't a tank, would be the hybrids. Mainly the Chimammosaurus, which is personally my favourite out of all of the hybrids so far, even including the Skellymagmon. Mainly, really, because not only because of their movement speed, but also their health buff. They have so much health compared to a hunter, although they do sacrifice damage due to that. Then we have probably one of my more new additions to my group, my Gertie. Again, really, just like the other tanks, more health, less damage. Although really it was the first tank to really come into the game from what I've heard. I won't be able to fact check that because I'm not 100% sure on that, but from what I've heard it is. Then I have, I believe on here, my first magma. This is the highest level magma I have, and it is crazily leveled right now, level 35. This thing is really being crazy for a while due to the fact that it's a combo Skellymagmon. It can be used as a combo, and also because of its increased damage and with the new abilities that came with the new boss, which has made it a big pain to deal with as of late, making it really crazily overpowered. Although, to be honest, I have a feeling that eventually, when they're ready, they will add powers and special abilities to Titans. I know it was teased in the picture given in the Discord, which, by the way, if you're not a member of the Discord, join the Discord for UG's official Discord. Trust me, you'll get a bunch of information on there. You'll be able to learn everything. that is not really in the public know, unless you are into listening to UGG YouTubers that are particularly popular. Then I have the start of my bundle dinos. This is my Razor Claw. Crazily good dino. It's an amazing thing to have. Although personally, not my favourite hunter. And in a lot of people's eyes, the Razor Claw is really seen as probably like the third worst dino. It's not very highly ranked, mainly because it's not because it's bad, but because it's average. Personally, I hope that they make a combo for this, a hybrid for this. It'll add a lot of value for the dino, but also allow people to really see the full aspect of how useful this dino can be. Then let's see what's next on the list. Boom, we have the one that's probably one of the most valued dinosaurs around right now, Triskelly. When I first got the Triskelly, when I first saw how it moves and how it handles, I didn't enjoy it at first, mainly because of learning how to control one can be a bit more difficult compared to the others. However, just like the other Titan, the Magma, this thing has special ability as well during its boss fights, being able to go underground and regenerate. Really made it a pain unless you knew how to deal with it, which many people figured out how to. This thing has really only been shown during the Halloween event and hasn't been seen since, of course, due to the fact that the area that it is home to has been removed and shut down. However, this thing has been cropping out ever since, especially because of the Skelly Magmon hybrid, which is, of course, a Super Titan. However, even though it's not the most powerful dinosaur, I do believe it is really one of the rarest. That's why I value this one so much. Go into any public, show it off, and you'll most likely get someone wanting to trade for it. Then we have my other Magma, which I won't go into a lot of details about because I've already gone onto this thing. Really, the Titans, they have the health of a tank, but also have the damage of a hunter. Although, really, that's what the hybrids do. The only issue with these things is, although they are powerful, they're decently fast in speed, but they're also quite large, which makes them difficult to maneuver, especially in tight areas like boss areas. Then we have, my other pack dino, the Grugadon. Now, Grugadon, again, is another pack dino, and of course is another tank, but this thing has more value than, let's say, a Torknash, not only because of its skin, because of it being a bundle dino, but also because of the fusion it can be made with, which I believe, I can't remember what it's called, but I will show it off. I believe it's called a Chugadon, actually, but I do have one, so I will be showing that off for you soon after this. This guy is crazily good at movement, just like most of the other tanks. However, I don't really use him as much as I would like to. That is probably why most of my tanks are really level 15 and I stop after that. Whereas my other dinos, some of them can be a level 30, a level 25. They can get much higher leveled. Here comes the other side. The Hunter. This is a Chaddlodon. Personally, probably honestly, probably my third favourite hunter of all of them so far. It is also a combo. This is what you combine with the last dino showed the Grugadon to make the Chaddlodon. No, sorry, not the Chaddlodon, the Chugadon. So a Grugadon and a Chaddlodon make a Chugadon. Really the same as all the other hunters. Decent movement, decent damage, decent everything really. Then we have... finally we have the combo. Chugadon. This is the first hybrid I'm showing off. This thing has the health of a Grugadon. So around 4,000, depending on what level you are really. And does the damage of a hunter, but really it's a low level hunter. It's not really that high compared to some of the other high powered hunters and of course the titans. Combining of course can be kind of crazy and kind of weird for people who are new. For anyone who hasn't seen it, you go into this cave, stick the landing. And this is the combo for that one. Chaddlodon, Grugadon, Chugadon. And you know what, while I'm in here, I'll show off the kind of fun stuff of this thing. This thing can be crazy. 2 level 15s, normally the combos that are on here, into each side. Depending on what you're doing, if it's a colour swap, it'll be about 500 bones. If it's a combo, it's 10,000. You pull it, you pull a little grabber like from all the other Bibles. You pull it, it gives you a lever. You pull the lever, the place goes sparking with lightning, acts all crazy, and your new egg pops out here. Now, I've got to be honest though, this guy looks absolutely crazy. Look at him. Look at those eyes. That crazy eye. Yeah, nah. Too crazy for me. Too crazy. Okay. Now, this personally, I'm going to have to get out in the light for this because this guy is so good. This is a Beastosaurus. Definitely my second favourite of all of the hunter types. This guy in particular, incredibly valuable right now. Mainly because this is the bundle skin. The bundle skin for the Beastosaur came out, I believe, during testing, which means a lot of people that play the game now won't have had access to this. I didn't have access to this because when I started I was not an OG. I did want to play during the OG times, but unfortunately never got a chance to really get into the playtest before it closed off. But this guy was given to me as an egg. Just a random trade with somebody. Turned out to have this skin, which was crazy lucky, to be honest. These guys always look so cool. Only thing is, people don't like their eyes. And I can kind of understand that. It's the location of the eye. It's a bit crazy. Okay, bro, you enjoy. I'm not being mean, man. God damn, he's right behind me. Aha! My next tank. The Sheldon. The Sheldon. Crazy one. Absolutely maddening. Really like most of the ones, but I do like how the name really resembles what the look of it is like. Like the Tuknash, I'm not sure where it got its name from. The Grugadon, I'm not really sure how that got its name, but this thing, you can kind of see it. Sheldon, and it wears a shell on its back. Literally, it's in the name. I can understand how it got its name here. Which I do enjoy, actually. The name of this thing is actually quite fun. However, it's not really as valued. More than probably the Tuknash, because it was one of the more earlier ones to come out. But 2, it is also not got a hybrid yet. Although I do kind of wonder what sort of thing they will make with this. I hope that when they do make a hybrid for this, if they plan to, they plan to put the shell on its back into the effect of how it looks. Some sort of shelled creature, maybe a hunter with a sort of shell. Would be kind of cool. What else have we got today? Oh yes, we're on this page now. Aha! To one of the more older ones again, we have the Mammothor. Now, Mammothor has come out more than once before. It came out, I believe, during the playtesting as well. However, it was the first time it came out after that was, I believe, a few weeks back. During the last updates, it had this available in the Egg Dome. Personally, probably my favourite tank, in all honesty. I do like this one, especially because it is the pack one, and its colour is fun. Now, a lot of people may wonder why I have pack ones. It's mainly because I like to spend my money on these ones. I like their colours, I like their looks. Plus, I also know that with there being bundles and pack ones, they are more valued because of their pricing. Plus, from what I know, these guys are only accessible via eggs that you buy from the bundles. Shown here. Now, out of these two bundles, I know that this one is the more valued. This guy was available over there for a while, but this guy wasn't. And there was no way of getting him during the hybrid phase where people were making Chomanosauruses. So they had a lot of value. So yeah, that's got. Damn! What's it with you guys digging, fam? Okay. Aha! We have this beautiful Chompisaurus. Now, the Chompisaurus, not really my favourite. The only thing it really has going for it is the fact that it is a part of the new Chomanosauros hybrid, where you combine one of these and the Mammothor that I showed you previously. The main reason I don't like this dinosaur is mainly not because of its look. I think it looks amazing, and I think it works amazing. Its movement is a bit more difficult than any of the other hunters, plus it's the gap it has when you want, if you want to get low to the floor, it has such a gap between the floor and the dino. Personally, I can understand it because of the spikes underneath. It would make it not be able to touch the ground, so it's a more realistic thing, but it's a more of a game issue because you can't reach down for foods, especially smaller ones, making it more difficult to handle and level. Although he is pretty, look at him, he even knows it. He knows. You are pretty, I'll give you that. Now, speaking of the hybrid, goddamn, it's like a... Damn! It's like a slip and slide in here. This is the Chomanosauros. Or the Chomanosauros, as most people call it. This is the... what I would call the second hybrid to be brought into the game. I did have a different coloured one of the other one, but I traded it for a different colour. This one, though, is the one I got right from the start. Correction, I had a different one, but I traded it and some Mammothor eggs for a Triskelly. This guy, though, is the second guy I hatched. Thanks to a friend. Shout out to my friend for giving me his Chompy to put into the hybrid. As I've said, the hybrids have health of a tank with damage of a hunter. Personally, this is my favourite of the newest hybrids to come out. Seconded probably by the Skelly Magmon, which I believe is next. It sure is. This is my Skelly Magmon. Now, the Skelly Magmon has been very popular lately, mainly because it has maxed out the damage of all our dinosaurs. It is literally the max one. It does the most damage out of all of them, making it the most powerful. And seeing as it has the health of a tank as well, it makes it super valuable. I've seen people collecting these by the boatload. And I can understand. I mean, there's a lot of colour collectors out there who want to collect every colour of every dinosaur, which is why I personally like to keep whatever ones I can to see if anyone wants to trade them for something valuable. But this guy, crazy. He's so good. Okay, now the rest of my dinosaurs are all traits, so I won't really be going through them. However, I will go over some more of the stats and go into them in more detail through the dino decks. Okay, let's go. Yeah, let's go right here. You can stay in the back. Now, this is my dino decks. I have all sorts of dinos in here. There are my Gotosauruses, Tyrannosauruses, Mammoths. Now, of course, every dinosaur has their own stats. Personally, it's so difficult to get this fucking mini to work. Okay, as you can see, special ability biting. So they do have special abilities. Let's go through them. Others. Razor Claw special abilities biting. You can see the stats there as well. Another biting. Trilodon, of course. Biting again for the Chomposaurus. Can't really call it a special ability if you give all of them the same one. They really need to add some more special abilities. Megalodon, not yet, but I'm hoping they will soon. I also think that a lot of the other ones, like the tanks, don't actually have special abilities. Triceratops doesn't. Piso does, of course, but he's a hunter. Gudon doesn't. Chugodon doesn't. Sheldon doesn't. Scalymagman doesn't. Mammothor doesn't. Chimanosaurus doesn't. And neither does the Gotosaurusus. Wow. That's just some crazy work. Now, where did I put that camera? I think I put it at the house. Oh yeah, if anyone doesn't know who I am, that is who I am. You can look me up on YouTube, where this video will be uploaded, of course. You can also see me in game. With that being said, everyone, that's everything. Peace out.